Recently, one of you asked me this question: what do you think of the Multper multi-tool? And I thought, I have no clue. I've never heard of it before. So I went on Amazon because you said it was there, and I looked, and sure enough, Amazon has come out with a brand new multi-tool that looks exactly like something else I have in my collection, except it's a whole lot cheaper. Now, this is a budget multi-tool. We cover some expensive multi-tools, but far and large, we try to talk about budget options. So this right here really struck my fancy because guess what? It looks very similar to the Swiss Tech 30th anniversary multi-tool. The cutters are basically the same. The frame is basically the same. Even the special edition logo right here, it's been replaced with this Multper logo. But yeah, the handles basically have different trademarks, but otherwise it's basically the same. Now, this one right here comes in right now at $89, but they had, I think, 25% off or whatever it was. When I bought it a couple days ago, it was down to $53. Now it's back up to $89, unfortunately. So you might want to wait till they have a sale on it. But I would definitely probably put this in your cart so at least you can see if the price goes down on it. What we have right here is another Surge clone, and this one aims to be an upscale Surge clone. Now, they have these cutters right here, and these are supposed to be, I think they call it like Y29 or something tungsten cutters right here. They look gold, but they are supposed to be a little bit more special than YG10, rather, tungsten hard wire cutters. They're supposed to be a little bit more special, I suppose, than some other ones. Now, the handle strength is 3CR13 MOV, so again, it's not as tough as some other tools out there like Leatherman. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, how much do these tools weigh? This one weighs 340 grams. When we change that to ounces, it comes in at 12 ounces even. It's a little bit, well, it's very similar to the Leatherman Surge, actually. Not too much difference right there. Let's look at the outside tool set on the Multper multi-tool, Plier Pro. Right here is the serrated blade, and I really like this cutting hook. Again, that harkens back to the Leatherman Charge. I saw this first on the Swiss Tech 30th anniversary tool. Now I see it here. I think that is a great option. I like it on the Wave clones. I also think it's a really good option on the Surge clones. It really makes sense to me. On the other side, we do have this pair of scissors right here. Let's go ahead and bring in some paracord. Slices right through the paracord. I generally love these scissors. Occasionally, I have found a pair that may not work quite as well, but this pair works great. On the other side is a very unique tool in that this is the first time since the Swiss Tech 30th anniversary that we've seen this Damascus blade. Now they say this is a 56 layer, I believe it is, Damascus blade, and or 58 layer rather, and it is a 9CR18 MOV right here. It is supposed to be a little bit better knife blade than some of the other options you get. I think one of these normal Surge clones, I think they call it a 7CR13 MOV, I think is what it is. So the blade strength is supposed to be increased a little bit. Now on this side, here is the T-shank adapter. That's become fairly normal to see. We'll talk about that a little bit later because this comes with a whole set. I do think that makes it a little bit more valuable as well. Not only do you get the file, but you get the whole set. We'll talk about that when we get to the sheath. We've gone over the outside tool sets, T-shank adapter, Damascus, scissors, this cutting hook on the serrated blade. All those are great options. On the inside, the tool set will remain mostly the same, but not completely. We have this double-sided bit, ball detent. Again, you can use Klein bits, all kinds of options for these bits right here. This locks in place. I think this is a great option. One of the things that makes these surge clones so valuable, again, is that 1/4" bit driver. You do have the roller markings on the sides of these handles, both inches and metric. When we look at the interior tools, we do see one big difference. It does copy the 30th anniversary tool in that you do have the micro driver. We have the can opener, the wire stripping notch right there, but then we do have this micro driver. If memory serves me right, you can use a Leatherman micro driver in here, but this doesn't fit in the Leatherman spot. Something like that. This is Phillips on one side. When you take it out, flat on the other. I do find these very useful. It seems like there's always one of my kids has something very small that needs a screwdriver, and then these have come in handy in the past. I've been surprised. Some people are very against these small screwdrivers, but I actually do like them. Now, this large flat screwdriver, I find a lifesaver as well. In the HVAC industry, there are very large, ancient, flat bolts that you need to move, or like on electrical panels and so forth, sometimes, or HVAC panels, you need a large flat bit. This right here really helps with that as well. We do have the awl, and I don't think there's too much more to be said about that. Seems to be okay. I really like the tool set of the Multper multi-tool. Now let's go ahead and jump into the sheath. Now this sheath again looks fairly standard. Here we have a lovely display of all these bits. We've got 6 and 5 for the flat bits, 4 and 3 also. We've got T10, T15, SP8, SP4, 5 and 4, 3 and 2.5, then T20 and T25. These are the bits that come with it. Then you do get the Phillips bit and the flat bit that come in the tool itself. On the left side of the pouch, you do get extra wire cutters. These are not the premium wire cutters that come with it. These are the standard ones. Then you do also have the tool that you're able to take the wire cutters off and put them on. Now on the other side, what I really like is not only do you get the scalpel blade, you get a saw blade, you also get extra scalpel knife blades as well. So a pretty nice little kit right here, especially with the scalpel holder. Now I think the scalpel holder probably is worth an extra $10 to $15 just itself. I think that's a really good option. People have been wanting things like these for a lot of multi-tools. So really good option to have that with this sheath. You can still buy the SwissTech Special Anniversary Tool on AliExpress. It comes with this not very great leather pouch. It does come with a big plaque, that metal plaque about 30th anniversary tool. It being that, it comes with a special box and so forth. You can check out, I've made a couple videos on it. At this point, I don't think it's worth the extra money. This Multper tool essentially seems to have everything that the SwissTech has, and it has extras besides. This tool, unfortunately, didn't come with the scalpel. It didn't come with the saw blade. I don't think it even came with extra wire cutters or a bit kit. It was a very minimalist tool, just designed to snag people with a couple different design cues. It did have some neat things at the time, but this tool seems to be a lot better option. Even at $89, a far better option, and especially if the Multper goes on sale, it is a fantastic option, and I would highly recommend it at the $53 price that I actually ended up getting it.